you're free, your soul. Feel that vibe like the summertime lightning. Living without you feels like dying. I don't wanna be alone. If you're with me, come on with me. Got the whole world singing with me. I don't wanna be alone. I know there's something to say for how this feeling will fade. Oh, how I wish it would stay until the end of my days. The lows, the highs, the way you glow, you change your mind, you're free, your soul.
Okay, I got the mic. Let's go. What up, people? You want me to do it? Do I get to do it this time?
You're in charge. What do you
Welcome
mean?
in to the Down and Back podcast. My name is Bill Lorman. To the right of me is the baby bearded, not even bearded. You got your stash back? I don't even know what to call you anymore,
I've
dude.
had my stash for years.
Well, I haven't seen you in a while, so I forgot about it. But dude, it's looking good. I like it. You decided to go with the little guy under here too,
I
huh?
was here on Monday, folks. Just let the record reflect that I was here Monday. So it's been roughly 48 hours or less since Bill's seen me. So in that time, I have gone from a full beard to a mustache. I actually shaved it all off, and then it came back. That's how long it's been, folks.
Yeah, it's been a while.
That's what I can do with my facial hair in 48 hours. So anybody that's a baby face, where is my water? Bill, talk to the people. I need to get my water.
Cheers, folks. How y'all doing? I see Ed. What's going on? Shannon Roberts, let's go. Haven't seen you in a while. DJ, what up, big dog? I thought Nate Allen was in here too. Is Nate in here? Hey, Ed, I figured out what the CPU issue is. It's our secondary program. Whoa, Dylan's kind of invisible. I think I messed that camera up a little bit, or the stuff. I tried to color correct and stuff like that, but you look like you've been working outside.
I do work outside every day.
I like it. I like it. Today we have 24 in the winner's circle. Derek told me he didn't know who many of them were, so I'm going to let Dylan do the entire thing.
I do it every time anyways. You don't know our people.
Big bang.
Amari Scott, that a boy, getting it done with the Ronins, and this was in the Malini benefit tournament this weekend that I believe had 113 players, and $12,000 was raised by Mike Smith and the crew there that ran that tournament. Absolutely incredible
That's
stuff.
incredible.
I've seen multiple. What up, pops? My parents are in Mexico. That's awesome. Put it in
I
here.
also grow facial hair quickly. That's funny.
But they raised $12,000 to support Malibu's fight against cancer. It's been really cool. I'm seeing pins getting made. I'm seeing bags getting made. We donated some money. I mean, it's been really, really cool to see the support.
Yeah.
I hope that people continue to do stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, me too. I think it's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Brett, what up, dude? Brett's in here. He says he's tanner than you. I believe that, Brett.
I'm sure he is. Yeah.
I believe that.
When they go to
100%.
Mexico, they tan for months leading up to Mexico. They get like bronzed up, ready to go.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a whole ordeal. I don't blame them.
I haven't seen Brett and Brooke in a long time.
Well, you should see them at the Memorial Day annual Cornhole tournament. Folks, you are not invited. Don't even try. Will not be on Scorholio. Don't. Bill knows the situation. It's a good time.
It is a good time. Yeah,
But
it's a lot of fun.
it's strict invite. You know, you got to know Brett. And if you don't know Brett or Brooke, you're not in.
This year, I want to spend most of my time there in Brett's basement with Mr. Brett himself, if that's okay.
There's some good bourbons down there, isn't there, Bill?
Yeah,
There's
there
some
is.
I mean, it's a cool little area just in general.
I got to bring a little special bottle to keep in the closet.
Oh, yeah, in the
Yeah.
walk-away bin, yeah.
It's awesome. Here we go. Nate Allen and Austin Bickford, man. I haven't seen Austin in a little while here either. I'm glad he's still playing, though. I believe they have, like, full-time cornhole going on with the 4 clubs.
Yeah.
You know, Three Rivers, Dover. And
Dover's going on tonight. Dover Cornhole's going on.
Yeah.
I think there was either 9 people already registered, which is good turnout up there for Dover. We've been there a couple times. It's a good little spot, a little tucked away. I like it.
Looking at the money that those two got, man, it looks like they made some money, or else those are all ones. It doesn't look like it, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Look at R&S boards are back in the building, huh?
Are they?
I mean, those are RNS boards that I haven't seen.
Yeah, that's Two Rivers also.
That's a new.
I haven't seen
set of
RNS in a
boards,
long
but
time.
I didn't know RNS was backing up.
Well, that's awesome.
Jerry Stallions
Congratulations.
would know.
Bill better be there drinking bourbon in Mexico right now. Oh, I like it. That's awesome, dude. Cheers, brother. Even though it's an ultra, cheers. All right, this is you, Dylan.
Oh, this is from Gray Bill. Right here. They love these graffiti Ronins over there too, Bill. These things are hitting the
They're on
podium,
here
like,
every week.
single week. This first photo is Newbie and Andrew Taylor. That's what I have. Newbie and Andrew Taylor.
Congratulations, boys. I love it. I love it. Next one. Timmy Key. I know that one here.
Yeah, I think he got partnered up with.
On the right. Who is that? I know the guy on the right.
It looks like Derek Vincent, but I don't think it is. I can't tell. There's a weird like shadow shade on it.
Yeah.
It's throwing me off. But definitely Timmy Key with the wildfires getting it done there. That boy, Timmy.
That's awesome. Brand new ones, too. I love it. Congrats, Timmy. Next one here. Doug Langston and Dan Furlan taking it down. I believe this was last Friday.
Yeah.
Maybe it was.
There.
It was last Friday. Yeah, I was there. They beat me, man. They got me. Nothing I can do. I threw like poop, though.
Get it together.
Threw like poop, man. It happens. It happens. Congrats, boys. Next one here. Carrie and Dave McDade. This was the team, dude. So they ran 2 different blind draws. And that's why we got 2 winners out of here.
Okay.
But these guys won the first one. How the heck does Dave pair up with Carrie, dude?
Yeah, that's a rough team to play against right there.
Very
That's a couple
rough.
of bangers.
Yeah, they could go make main brackets and just tear people up, man.
Bill and I could beat them, but besides that, it'd be tough.
So when I played them in the first blind draw with Doug, and it was 20-21, dude. If I hit this airmail, we win. I missed the freaking airmail. But, dude, I blocked the poop out of Carrie, man.
Bill's been hitting airmails on the sidewalks, folks. He's been hitting them.
I've been hitting them even in real life.
I haven't in real life.
I have.
I'm glad
go ask Fergie.
I'm glad that you've confirmed that the sidewalk is not real life.
Go ask Fergie. Okay?
Fergie knows.
Oh, yeah, I beat Fergie like 2
Tim
weeks
said
ago.
he should have beat him. Tim Groves.
I should have beat them, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's a good team, though. Congrats, boys. That's what I'm talking about.
Fiddler getting it done. I think this is tier 4 singles at the major in Shreveport. Dude, Tony Fiddler, man, with those custom Ronins. I love it.
Let's go, Tony.
He hasn't had those long either, so I like to see him get in first place, even in tier play there. Tony is a dog, man. He's going to be moving up the ladder.
That's awesome. Love it. Love it. Sidewalk fake news. It ain't fake news, DJ. Come get you some on the sidewalk whenever you want, man.
DJ's seen the sidewalk, boy.
I know, but I'll break him off on there if he wants.
Yeah, he will. What up, bro?
Bryce Jefferson winning juniors at the major with different Ronins. Look at that.
Yeah, those aren't his, I don't believe.
I believe they're Leslie's.
Yeah, Leslie Fox.
Yeah.
Yep. Good job, Bryce. One more to Max.
I love it, Bryce. You're almost there, dude. I believe Bryce right now is 2nd in juniors and 5th in singles in the world right now. So he's having a heck of a freaking season. I absolutely love to see it with him, man.
Absolutely.
All right. This is, isn't that Dan the Man?
That is Dan the Man.
And we know the female. You know the name, though.
Ashley.
Okay. I like it.
And you've met her, Bill, a couple times, I think.
No, I don't think I ever have.
Yeah, this is Derek's girlfriend, Derek Cannon.
Oh, I have. I think
we made her the Marilyn Monroe bags. Back then,
Yeah.
she was working at the pizza place, remember? And she didn't even play yet. She wasn't even playing yet. Now she's first place.
I didn't tell you yet, but we are going down there to New Johnsonville to play a tournament. It may be outdoors. I'm not sure.
What day is that tournament? Because I think that...
I don't know. I'll look it up in a minute. I'll look it up in a minute. I'll have to swing by. David Reese, what up, big dog?
What up, David?
Harper, what's going on, man? All right, next here. This is you.
Chewy, and I'm not sure Chewy's partner. Gosh, dude, I know this. Bill, I can't. I don't have this. I think it's 334 cornhole. Maybe. Let me check. I got this, folks. I had this name down the other day. I know this person. Let me see. What is this picture of Jonathan Etheridge? I didn't even see this one. I didn't get it.
Yeah, Jonathan. What did he win? I saw him. He started playing again. He was at the major and everything, so it's awesome.
He was at the major and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know, Bill. I can't find this.
All right, sorry, brother.
This photo. Somebody knows.
Somebody knows. Somebody tell us. Chewy and who? All right, next one here. Dude, they did get more boards. Look at this.
There's Derek Cannon right there. Speak of the devil.
they did get more boards.
Yeah.
From RNS. I can't believe it. Those boards got to be. RNS used to make super fast boards.
Yeah, I don't know anything about what's going on. Somebody in here will know. What up, Michael Gobin on the YouTube? What's up, brother? Dusty Butler, Tanya. What's up, guys?
I love it. Everybody's coming in right now. So yeah, we got Derek Cannon here. Not sure who his partner is. Do you know?
No, I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who this is.
Not sure. Second
It
place.
looks like Colton is what I would guess.
Clean guys. That's what I'm talking about. Next one coming up.
Oh, this is another one in Gray Bill's area, Bill. This is this is Eric Pearson, I think. Goes by Newbie.
This one right here.
Or no, this is Alden Borgia.
Alden Borgia. I will try to remember that next time. Taking a second place, brother. It looks like you got a wad of cash there, looking clean. I believe those are Ronins there. I think so.
Yeah, I think they're Ronins.
That right there is my favorite design, never to be made again now.
The blue camo.
I love that camo, man. It looks good. It
Chris
looks
Poe,
really
what
good.
up? Patrick Bartonfield, what up, brother? Nate and Davin Barnes getting second place in doubles regional.
Yep.
So I'm talking about, boys.
Those look like Nate's either Preds or Impacts there.
Yeah, Preds. Oh, yeah.
Looking good. Next one. Oh, yeah.
Nate second in singles. I think he lost only Jordan Langworthy, or they split, something like that.
Oh, really?
Talk about it later.
Talk about. Oh, okay. All right. Congratulations, Nate and Davin.
This is Eric Ogden. I'm almost positive on that, Bill. Eric and Tracy Barnes getting it done here. Those Phoenixes. I love the big CBC right there on those Phoenixes.
Yeah, you do. You're a big logo guy on bags.
I'm proud of my brand.
I am too. I like the bigger logos also. It does look nice. Here's some Trump bags. Look at this Trump camo bags, man.
Is that Dusty Rusty?
I don't know. That's you. I told you you're going to be naming everybody.
I always name everybody. You don't know anybody.
I do.
Um,
Trista Jones, what up, big dog? Patrick, how you doing, man?
He hasn't
Michael
been on
Lord.
here in a while because he's been throwing other bags. Drew Hopkins is who it is on the right. Come on, baby. I pulled that one out.
Dude, I
Drew,
love it.
About time you throw some dang CBC bags again.
Yeah.
I almost forgot your name. That's what happens, Drew. If you guys, just so you know, if you guys start throwing other bags, I'll forget you. I'll forget you. Come back. I'll bring you back in.
Tracy Barnes, here we go. Take
Tracy
a second.
Has
This one
never
is the
stopped
elixir.
throwing CBC. I know her name every time.
Tracy is a staple in CBC.
Yeah, 100%. I
Right.
mean, most of County Line
I think
Cornhole.
all the Barnes.
The Barnes,
really. Yeah, we like the
And
Barnes
Riley
a lot.
Ernest. I would lump Riley Ernest in that
I
group.
would
She's
too.
a staple.
Yeah, she is too.
Elixirs.
Yeah,
Getting it
always looking clean at the majors. Always
done.
throwing freaking good.
Jersey, shirts,
Yep.
bags, the family's
Mhm.
rocking out. Yeah, the Ernests, the Barnes, Beasley over there. We got a good group over there in, what is that, West Tennessee?
Yeah, Courtney's taught her well how to present all the apparel, hold up the bags and everything.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
She's just killing it.
Yeah,
Love it.
absolutely.
Love it. All right, Curtis Amos and Chin over here, man, throwing the Phoenixes. Look at that, taking a second place. This is the other team that beat me. I went 0-2. 0-2, man. Oh, it's so bad.
Oh, Bill.
Oh, it hurt. I threw bad.
Typical Bill.
I only throw bad when Dave McDade is there.
Why is that?
Well, because Dave and I like to have fun. It's Friday. It's very lighthearted. I don't try to concentrate as much, things like
A
that.
lot of poison, folks.
Dude, it's my fun time. It's fun. All right, next here, Timmy Key.
There's Timmy Key and Derek Vincent right there. And Derek threw these bags so well, he got a set of almost identical ones for himself.
And Derek, if you are in here, they are almost identical. Send us a message if they feel a little bit different. All right, we did something a little special for you.
A little bit.
There we go.
This
Oh my
is
God.
Babyland right here, Bill.
It
I
is
think
giving-
on the right, I know the guy on the right. His name, so there's Rob Payne and his partner, Sean Kane. That's who's on the right. I guarantee that. See how I
We don't-
put these things together, Bill?
We don't know on the left, though.
I can find out. Maybe. Oh, I don't know. Nope.
All right.
Not right now.
All right. We'll get back to you if we
But that's
figure that one
definitely
out.
Sean Kane on the right. Cody Brewer, what up? Michael Lord, Tristan Jones,
Cody.
what's up, folks?
Good to see
Got
you
a couple
guys.
more here, and there's
There she is
Miss
right there.
Riley Ernest in the jersey with the bags. Is that Dr. Roll, Bill?
That is Dr. Roll. Looks like they took third place in doubles or co-ed or
I think
something.
co-ed most likely.
Yeah.
Maybe doubles though. Could be third
Very
place.
good.
That's what I'm talking about.
I just want to show you how even she holds the bag. It's at the very top, doesn't cover the logo much or anything like that. It shows full bag. Dr. Roll's doing a great job too. Riley probably briefed Dr. Roll on that prior to
Taught
this
him how
picture
to do
being.
it.
Yeah, exactly. Looking good there, Nick Gardner. All right, next one here, Dylan.
Oh, this is Gray Bill territory again. I don't know these folks yet. Hopefully they hit the podium more, so I'll know. Gray Bill. This is Ron L. on the left, obviously, and Helena on the right. I'm just kidding. It's just reversed. Ron and Helena. Helena's first ever podium. So I mean, this is what happens when you go CBC. You get podiums, son.
Especially on the West Coast. We need a lot of you West Coasters to come see us, all right? Congrats, fellas. Let's go.
Well, that was not fellas. That was ladies and gentlemen.
Fellas is a non-gendered word, I think.
Fellas is not gender neutral.
Is it really like fellas only means men? I guess so. What's the opposite? Not the opposite, but what's that for women instead of saying fellas?
Ladies.
It's not girls. Ladies?
Or is ladies paired
It'd be
with
gentlemen.
Fellas, it'd be fillets.
Fillets. Oh man.
Fellas and fillets.
Timmy, we missed you, brother. You've been here like 15 times on the podium pictures, man. It's good to see you, big dog.
Molly.
All right, last but not least here.
Eric Pearson.
Eric?
They call him newbie.
So I'm talking about newbie. I love it.
On the podium twice last week.
Doesn't look like you're a newbie anymore.
Yeah, getting it done.
All right, last but not least here, Bink, and this is another one. I don't know, man.
I think this is somewhere in Alabama, Bill, and I don't know these folks yet.
We need you all to send us a message, tell us who you are so we can give you the proper credit due.
Roadblock Cornhole, that's who that is.
For you guys winning some money on the boards. Absolutely love it, guys.
Molly, I met the Roadblock Cornhole folks, Bill, but I don't know. Oh, man, I almost got this, Bill.
Molly, we're not doing the join thing today. I saw Ed doing it earlier, too. I just tried to ignore it now.
Yeah, definitely ignore it. All right, Bill, wait. I got this. So Chewy's partner was Ryan Lee. And then this team right here, I think, is Toby and Johnny Holbridge. I know Johnny Holbridge. Is this your first time on the freaking winner circle, Johnny? Come on, son. All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Winner circle is complete. We're going to go to the point chart here. We're going to do our picks. We have, who do we got with us?
Paxton Lindley.
Paxton Lindley.
We got a recap report, though. We put a spanking on Jimmy.
Yeah, well, Jimmy Naylor don't know how to pick. That's what I'm saying. Here we go.
All right, folks. This is the CBC Family Picks portion. Each week with upcoming majors, we make picks for each division, hoping to get all of them right. We make a pick for each division, women, seniors, juniors, co-ed, doubles, singles, and then a passion pick. How they place in their bracket is how they get points. Myself and Bill face off against a lucky opponent who puts their name into a wheel for a couple of shekels and gets the chance to battle us. Last week it was $80 on the line. This week $140 on the line. I will explain, if I remember, why it's not $160, but pretty much there is a CBC tax now, CBC tariff.
Is there?
Yeah, we're using it for. We talked about this. We used it. We're using this to help support our local club. CBC's trying to do more things, and other local clubs. Like at some point, we'll max out what our local club needs, and then we will move this money around to other clubs in the area that we know, or if there's a big benefit come up and we have a good block of money in this tariff fund, if you will. We will use this money to enhance a benefit tournament, provide bags, provide boards, help with anything, right? That's what this is for. Because what we were thinking is there's a lot of money coming into this that's kind of just going back to one person who ends up getting lucky and beating us. Yeah. And we believe we should do something good.
Who ends up getting very lucky. I think we need to talk about that for a second, expand a little bit. If somebody beats us, that was just your day. I mean, it's like me showing up to a major, playing Isaac Hurt 2 or 3 times in this major and beating him every time. It was just my day. You know what I mean? Like, that's how bad it is when you guys beat us at this. That's all I'm saying.
But anyways, that is the new CBC tariff installed on the family picks portion. If it gets drained down to the bottom, the newest one will be $80 as usual. After Bill and I win a round, we take $20 out of the winning round into the tax zone, whatever we're calling it, the benefit tub.
And this is to get boards. This is to get
tablets,
scoring stand,
score towers,
tablets.
Benefit tournaments, anything like that our club could need, or other local clubs, and or benefit tournaments that we are going to help assist.
And I like that. If you guys are a club that needs help, just saying this, get on the list. Right? Get on the list. We're going to make money quick. Every week we're doing $20. 100%, right?
Graybill, here you go. Yeah, every
Nobody's
week that we win, we take $20
Okay,
out.
I like it. I think it's a good idea. Takes care of different cornhole clubs, tries to grow other clubs and stuff like that. The first week we don't take it, which is awesome. I think bill approved.
The points breakdown is like this, folks. First place, 10 points. Second place, 9 points. Third place, 8 points. Fourth place, 7 points. Fifth place, 5 points. Seventh place, 3 points. Ninth place, 1 point. After that, you get 0 points. Got to take a top 10 if you want any points. CBC, no participation trophies. Let's go.
Hold on, I got a pound of beer for Graybill.
You're going to pound the whole thing?
I'll do half for you, Graybill. The other half when you get
a 6-pack? Jeebs, Bill.
There's 5.
So real close to a 6-pack.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right, this is the shakedown last week. ACO Pro Series Shreveport. It was locked and loaded, a little short on the numbers from what I wanted to see from a Pro Series Major.
It was, yeah. I agree. So let's talk about that real quick, too, just for a minute. Since we're on that point, and we're probably not going to circle back to this point whatsoever, this is Shreveport's second year. Dogs are going wild outside. So this is the second year in Shreveport, Bossier, that they've been. And I remember last year when they went there, brand new, and they said that the city center loved them so much, and they really wanted to make it big there. So I believe in the background they probably negotiated a Pro Series to try to get more people excited about that place and out there. Mm-hmm. But remember, this is only the second year, and I think the numbers expanded from last year, which is what they usually do for a growing area. Shreveport Bossier is in a good spot too. I believe that place is going to grow, and it's probably going to be a good spot for a Pro Series. I think it was probably just a little bit too early, but I believe that's why they made it a Pro Series, is because that city is so welcoming.
I do, yeah, and I agree. I think it's a great spot. And I think that one thing, and we talk about this sometimes, maybe we haven't touched on this, but one thing that we think the ACO can improve on a little bit is spreading out the location of majors. Because I think having things like Bentonville close to Shreveport makes people kind of choose between one or the other. Because you're getting somewhat of the same kinds of crowds, right? So you kind of want to space, especially these Pro Series majors, get them away from stuff that's already close.
Are you saying space out as in geographically, or space out as in
time?
Time or months.
I guess you would say both, right? I think that you know how January is,
I think
right?
you could still do them close as long as it's a different month or way down the road. You know, like
right. No, I agree with that. Like, you can't do both. You can't have them close geographically and in time.
Right, because one of our biggest issues here is that, we're done for the season, and Branson is on the... It's on the pencil in sheet. We don't know yet, but we believe we're going to Branson. We just have no idea. It's a little bit farther away. Things could change. Things might be wonderful to make us go. But here at the beginning of the season, when January hits, it's insane. We have Owensboro, Knoxville, Clarksville, Dalton, and we also went to
Concord in the middle of December. So we had 8 weeks or 9 weeks, and we hit 5 majors in 9 weeks. And
it was rough.
And it's rough on the players for funds-wise, travel-wise,
in this area,
time-off-wise.
Right.
And this is kind of what I always call the Cornhole belt. The Kentucky, Ohio, Alabama, Tennessee, Indiana, Illinois. Those are your Arkansas, Missouri. Those are your heavy hitter states. Georgia, and all these majors are within 6-8 hours, within a 8 to 10 week time frame. And that's just what I'm saying is,
I think the most important is the time, not the distance.
Right,
I think it's more important for the time than the distance.
Right. You could have 2 in they're doing 2 in Toledo this year, and they're getting over 200 people at both of them, which is a good showing. I think it's a pretty good showing.
Yeah, I agree.
But I do believe when you go back to back like this, or close within 2 or 3 weeks, it's tough for people, especially at the end of the season. Some people have already kind of solidified where they want to be in points. Some people have given up on where they are in points. So I think that, especially with the Pro Series Major, in an area you're trying to grow people, give it some space, time wise, to like, hey, oh man, let me map out Shreveport, right? There's nothing in my area in the month to the left and the month to the right. I'm definitely hitting Shreveport.
Back to back to back.
Yeah.
If we were doing Clarksville next week, I'd be so happy. If we didn't do it before and we were doing it next week, we finally had a little bit of a break. Now it's time to, and that's the thing. Anyway, let's get to this. And you are absolutely right, JBJ. Let's talk about all the TCL takeover in Shreveport, because that did happen.
I wouldn't even say TCL. I mean, I would give credit to that's a Big D takeover. Big D bags with John and his group, because most of those dudes are throwing Big D stuff. And I don't want to give credit to the TCL, to be honest. That's it.
Well, sounds good. Sounds good. But the players down there throwing Big D did wonderful.
Yes.
They did great.
Women's, Kelsey wins. She maxes out. She's now another maxed out woman along with Kim and Kennedy.
3 maxed out women. Kelsey does have the highest PPR out of all 3 women, so she is now sitting in that top spot.
Number
Kim
1
and Kennedy looking up at that
year.
spot saying, man, I just need to increase my PPR that much.
Right, and that's where it's at. So congratulations, Kelsey, on maxing out.
I wish they would put the PPR in the rankings once you max out. Like, how they do the whole ladder and stuff like that? The PPR should be next to the ranking, and that's what, if that separates them, it should just be another metric on there only for people that
It is. You have to slide over.
I slid over. I couldn't find. Is that on the Cornholeo or on the
Cornholeo.
on the ACO's website right now? I have not been able to pull up doubles, any sort of teams events.
Cornholeo
Okay.
is where I see it. It's Cornholeo season.
Because on the ACO one, I hadn't seen it on there.
Yep. Yeah,
Todd
Lisa
Choate,
Hill had a great run. That was my pick. She made it to the queen seat. Unfortunately, Kelsey got hot and just threw really well against Lisa.
Nobody's allowed to pick Lisa Hill but me. I've been tried and true picking Lisa Hill. You took her away this week.
No, that's that. Well, first of all, you picked before me, so you had a great chance.
No, I think something happened. We're going to have to go rewatch tape. I think something happened there. Maybe I had... This is like on the spot, like I'm going to do again tonight, where I got to scroll and find this
Basically,
stuff
Bill
real quick.
forgot about Lisa. I picked her up. Great run. Lisa, you're getting your women's championship
Lisa.
soon. Let's go.
Taking a second place. Kelsey taking the first. Nicole Jones with a good run there. Taking 7th, getting me 3
Wendy
points.
Barger takes
Love
3rd. Bill, Wendy is becoming
this
a
is 2 in a row.
serious force in the women's
2 in a
division.
row. Wendy Barger,
She's
congratulations.
Megan took 4th. Megan, great to see the Puckets back in
Go,
action.
Megan.
Love to see it.
Love
All
it.
right. That was women's. Moving on to seniors, I had Johnny Thomas. He takes 1st place. Jimmy had Art Brown. Art Brown made a huge run in the seniors division.
Yeah.
Made it all the way back to Johnny. Couldn't finish. Bill's pick, Daryl, possibly the favorite, you would say.
Oh, yeah,
Takes a
100%.
4th. It was a tough field. It's Scott Beck in there.
So
I mean,
Daryl
real
first
tough.
in the world right now. Johnny Thomas now 2nd, knocking Brian Higginbotham to the 3rd spot.
Yeah, and they're doubles partners, Daryl and Johnny.
Yeah. Number
Pretty cool.
1 and number 2.
Yeah.
Higgy down 1 spot.
Right. Jeremy Jones, please do not come to the chat with any excuses. You delete that comment as soon as you can.
Lisa beat Nicole game 1. Nicole woke up with chest congestion, coughed, and paused some games. Sorry that happened.
No,
That
no
stinks.
excuses.
No excuses is what he said. Sorry that happened, Nicole.
All right, juniors. I may or may not have had Chase Hollis picked. Chase Hollis got out of juniors before juniors started. I
This is so
messaged
cheap.
Jimmy.
This is so
I got
cheap.
this approved by both of them.
No. He never got it approved by me. This is so cheap about juniors. Folks, tell me what you think about this in chat. Bryce Jefferson did not decide to go until Thursday morning when he went to Russell Tabor's and then told us that he was going, right? Dylan had Chase Hollis picked and switched his pick to Bryce Jefferson. I would have picked Bryce Jefferson first.
To be fair, I'm first pick for juniors.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean you get to change whenever you want.
Look, I texted Bill 8:23 a.m. That is 37 minutes. He did say not allowed, but I said Jimmy approved. That's 2 versus 1.
I said not allowed. Look,
It doesn't matter.
show him the tape.
I just told him. That's true. You did say not allowed, but we can go to Jimmy's messages. Is that what you want? He said, I guess I'll allow it. 8:23.
Jimmy, what are you doing, man?
You guys could have vetoed
What are you
it.
doing,
You're right.
Jimmy? You don't allow those things. You cannot do that.
Bryce wins my pick from the very beginning.
Congratulations.
Jimmy had Noah Dennis. Noah takes 2nd place. Bill had Jax LaMotten.
Let's go,
Jax takes a
Jax.
solid 4th place. And a shout out to Joel Marmo takes third place. Joel was throwing CBC Preds, man. Joel's throwing really good.
Do we know Joel?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Joel's one of my favorites. No, I know Joel. Joel was the guy.
He just went from do we know him to he's one of my
What
favorites.
is this the Joel?
No.
That's what I meant.
No.
It's not the Joel?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought it was a young kid Joel.
It is. He's got an afro. He throws around Kim Dice and Chad Jackson. You don't know.
That's what I'm talking about, Joel. Love it, man.
All right, moving into co-ed. Bill picks his favorite team, Lisa and Brandon. They get their third co-ed win in the season. I'm hoping they get one more.
They're getting max. They got a max, right?
I really hope they do, man.
to.
I like that team. I like that team a lot. Daryl and Kelsey, they were my pick going in. I thought they were the favorite. They hadn't lost a major yet, but in true Cornhole fashion, you can't win them all. Daryl and Kelsey take second.
Yep.
Jimmy takes Dustin and Taylor. They take a 13th. It was rough. And this is kind of where the beginning of the Texas takeover started. And Trinity Miller and Zach Harris take a third place. I don't know Trinity Miller. Zach Harris, I know, has made some good runs in some singles tournaments. I think that Bentonville or Tulsa, he made a really deep run. One of those. Good player.
Joel's
got a nice mullet.
Joel's down there in what is that? Florida land? That's where you guys are, right, JBJ?
They're somewhere down there. I know that Kim introduced me to Joel. That's why I lumped them up. Jeremy, you did not introduce me to. You're just coming here with excuses and lies.
Jeremy, don't listen to him. All right. Doubles.
Doubles. We didn't do that well in doubles.
I did pretty good.
You did okay. Fourth place, Scotty Ball, Colby Baskins. I had fifth place, Chris Day and Larry Young. Jimmy had 17th place with Craig and Russell. In first place, this name is coming up again, Zach Harris and Drew Dixon. And I think that's their second major win. I believe they won Tulsa or Dallas or something like that. But yeah, they got it done. Second place, also Texas, with Grant Upchurch and Preston Smith. Third place, Daryl and Johnny. I can't believe I didn't pick Daryl and Johnny, to be honest. I really can't.
In doubles?
Yeah.
I don't think you've ever picked them in doubles.
I 100% have. Many times.
So what's odd to me about this specific tournament here, Craig Irvin, Russell Tabers take 17th place in this, but they had runs in singles individually.
Yeah. I mean, Craig made the final 8 for sure. Craig and Russell made the final 8.
If they got together earlier, you know what I mean? They could have torn freaking doubles up too, man. It's a good team.
I think it's hard to make a run in both. It's rare to see.
I don't know. Ask Sammy Vansickle about that.
Sammy can do. I mean, it's happened, but it is rare. That's why you talk about things like Sammy, because of how rare it is to win both doubles and singles or something like that. But Grant Upchurch actually was the one that made that run this weekend. Grant Upchurch takes second in doubles and then wins singles undefeated. Grant Upchurch, kudos, brother.
Congrats,
and Grant is a OG. He's been around a really long time, an OG of TCL. I believe a part owner of Center Cornhole, which is a bag company in the TCL. He used to do the podcast with John from Big D a little bit. I mean, Grant's been around, man. He's a really respected player in the Texas area. I have never met Grant personally, but I think he's a pretty good dude.
Oh, you're right. We haven't met him.
No, we've met Chase Lester, Ty Thompson. I've met some Kevin Mesa. I've met Reed.
And John,
of course. Yes, I've met all those guys, but I have not met Grant Upchurch.
What up, Trent?
Have not met him. But yeah, your winner was Grant Upchurch. Second place, Seabass. Gosh, he's close. Seabass is so close to getting a win.
Dude, I know. How many is this now?
I think 3 or 4 second place overalls. It's just tough.
I don't think you count second. Well, yeah, you do count second place overalls. But I mean, when you're in the final 8, you got to count those. That is where you get close to. You know what I mean? Especially if you go there undefeated. Like, it's just anytime you get to the final 8 at these things, which I kind of like this dynamic a lot now compared to last season.
Yeah.
Where it's like who punched their ticket to the final 8, and then you open up that. It's wonderful that they did that. I think that is if you make a bunch of final 8 runs and you don't make that first place, man, I'm rooting for you, dude. Because your time's just coming. It's coming.
You're grinding. You're up there.
Yeah.
100%. Seabass is one of those guys. Multiple seconds, multiple thirds. I mean, a ton of top 8 finishes, just hasn't got the coveted singles win yet. Second place, like I said, Seabass. Third place, Chris Day. Good pick for Bill right there. So he's got second place points because it's the bracket split up, guys. I can't break this down again. And then from there, I think it was Craig, Russell, Brandon Lacewell, another big run for Brandon Lacewell. Brandon's having a great season this year.
Yeah.
He's somebody that could be really close. Jonathan Etheridge, his third major ever, this season, and he's in the top 8 again. Jonathan Etheridge has went to 3 majors, and he has made the top 8 every single time.
Yeah.
He's one of our sleeper guys. He's a CBC sleeper.
He is, yeah.
He throws carbons, and
he's not as bad as Brock as a sleeper.
I think he is. Brock has 5 or 6 majors. Etheridge has 3.
Jeez, maybe he is as bad as Brock. Not as bad as DJ Long.
DJ Long, yeah. You see DJ Long twice a year.
DJ shows up, no points at Worlds. He's got the minimum 100 points or something, right?
Yeah.
Gets in there, plays some of the top people, and smokes them first and second round. Dude, those top people are so pissed. Yeah, I love DJ.
Yeah, crazy picks here. I mean, we have Scotty, Dustin, Colby, and Kevin over here. And none of them, besides Colby, get 1 point. I mean, Dustin with the 13th, Scotty with the 17th, Kevin Mason with the 17th. It was tough out there. It might have been small.
Let me ask you a question real quick. Who won this?
Man up church.
I can't. No. Who won the pick?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't do that.
I can't count all those numbers I got in my column.
You don't count well.
I pretty much won, huh?
You got 50. Yeah, I think you won. 20, 38. I got 43.
I always win this.
Jimmy,
I always win
you
this.
You had 29, folks. Jimmy. That's rough. Jimmy had 3 goose eggs.
No, he had more than 20. No, oh, no, he had 29.
Yeah, it's
Jimmy.
easy to count. He started hot. It went downhill real fast.
Sorry, Jimmy.
Sorry, Jimmy.
Sorry, brother.
Better luck next week. All right. Let's get. Did we send Paxton an invite already, Bill?
I'm about to send him an invite right now.
Okay. So Paxton's going to be coming in here. This is his first time appearance on the CBC Down and Back podcast. So we're excited to have him on. He won the wheel. He got a spot. I think he was the last spot, too. It was the last
I love it. I love
fill up. And he took it, got spun, and hit it. And now he's going to be facing off against us for 140 smackaroos, son.
Let's
it's
go,
a good
Pax.
day. When you risk $10 and you got a good shot, at least a 33% shot at $140, it's a good day.
Paxton, you should have an invite, brother.
Yeah, I'll shoot him a text as well. What up, Zach Dawson? Zach's been trying to get on the show, too. We need to get him on here one of these days. Zach,
dude, Zach's been trolling us lately, man.
Oh, well, he did do that a little bit.
I saw that on Facebook. Zach,
Yeah.
what's up? All right, we're
Paxton's
getting
ready to
Paxton
go.
in
Let's
here
get him
real
in
quick. Let me make sure I got everything set up. And hold on.
There's
That's
us.
Hold on.
He's in here.
He's joined. All right,
let's
let me
you
get
put
it
up
now.
here.
There we
Bink.
go. What up, Paxton? How you doing, man?
Good, man. How about y'all?
Not too bad. Not too
Paxton,
bad, brother.
I like that you're repping your sponsor, Basement Bags out here.
Very
I got
nice.
to. And my people.
That's okay. That's okay. No big deal, brother. I like it. I like it. I'm gonna have to pick off the cuff here. Paxton, you are gonna be first. I honestly haven't even looked at the roll call for this one. So
Bill says this every time. I mean, it's not even abnormal.
I'm trying to give you a shot to win this one here. I still don't believe that you're gonna win. But you know, it is what it is.
Paxton, are you going to Toledo?
No, sir, I'm not, but I'm going to Dallas next week, though.
Okay, I didn't even know there's anything in Dallas next week. Man. Well, okay. Let's see what you got. What you
Paxton, before you do that, what do you think about double major weekends?
I feel like it's good spread out and it's diverse and it's getting it everywhere.
This one is spread out a lot, and you think that's okay to have them spread out? Do you like double major weekends?
No, I don't like it. We've talked about this a lot. I don't like it because I think that there's
It's a lot.
certain ways you can get more people to another major, and we should never like split them up. You know, like some majors were having like roll call issues, like small majors. So especially with like Upland, I think is the other one this weekend. Like, let's push some people to California. Like, let's not stack another major on it. That's my opinion. But I do think like when you spread them out, it helps. More people are playing.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I like it that much. All right, Paxton. What do you got?
For women's first pick, I got to go with the Basement Girl Kennedy.
Yep, I knew it, go. And as soon as I saw Kennedy, he's got the Basement Bags hat on, the Basement Bags jersey. You gotta rep the team. I get it. Me and Bill are a little biased to CBC sometimes. Sometimes it pans out for us, sometimes it doesn't.
Oh man, this is gonna be a tough one for me. First, I want to address Stacy's comment in the chat. Stacy, I don't need to look at it. I win all the time.
Bill-
Like it doesn't even matter. I won this week. I won 2 weeks. Like it doesn't
I
matter.
think Bill secretly looks at the roll call and then
I-
plays this
I-
game that he says he doesn't. It's like what is that video of the poker guy Tony G when he says he didn't look at his cards but he actually did look at his cards? That's,
Playing mind games with people.
yeah,
exactly.
that's Bill. He's a slow roller. That's
I
what
made
he
an
is.
Excel program. I just type in the names and it automatically scrapes the rankings and builds the brackets for me.
All right, who's your pick, Bill?
Give me a second here. Give me a second. You know who I'm going with.
Yep, McKenna Cobb.
Yes, sir. I got McKenna Cup, and I love that pick.
Yeah, I'm stuck between Josefina and Martina,
Oh, whoops.
but I'm gonna take Martina. Martina's been
Really?
doing great lately. Yeah. I really like her.
Now that you picked her, you know if anything happens, she's going to hate you forever.
Well, that's all right. She'll get over it. She'll get over it. Yeah, that is a side effect here, Paxton. If you pick people and they do well, or they do bad.
If they
might
do
blame
bad,
you.
they ain't going to like you anymore. So be ready for
Yeah,
Kennedy's
yeah,
backlash.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right,
what do we got
seniors,
here?
Bill, this is your division. You are a senior.
Okay, you talk to the folks here. I got an extra minute here. Okay.
All right, I got dibs on Higgy.
No, there's 22. Let me look here. Let me look. See, Art Brown's in there. Phenomenal pick. Brian Higginbotham, phenomenal. There's a...
Bill,
Hold on.
Donald Brill Jr. is somebody you should not overlook. He's an ex-ACL pro. He's very good. Very good. I'm just saying. I know you don't know him, but he is very good.
Yeah. Hold on.
Mick.
Mick Hoaxang just ranked up too. I believe he's number 4.
Steve Heath has been crushing people, too. Steve Heath has been really good lately.
Oh my gosh. This is a tough one.
It's a really tough senior class up there.
It is.
Yeah.
This is.
And I think
this is-
seniors might be one of the most unpredictable divisions.
It is.
Oh yeah.
There's people that'll
You
take,
have
like...
someone that doesn't.
Go ahead.
So
you can have somebody that you don't know that could sign up and play and just run through it. You
Yeah.
wouldn't know it.
100%.
So have you ever been to the Toledo, Ohio Major before?
No, he hasn't been.
No. Okay. So no. And you've never been to Toledo. Well, I need to know something here. I need to know the board conditions. I need to know what the board conditions are there. If the board conditions aren't lightning, Higgy all day.
Well, you got to make a pick. You're going to have to figure it out.
I'm gonna do Higgy. He's my guy. Higgy, don't let me down, man. You're never gonna see this. Higgy doesn't even have Facebook.
They said Paxton's making picks while he's at a cornhole tournament. Is that true, Paxton?
Yes, sir, I am.
I love it.
I love
That
it.
was Jimmy last week, too. All right, but give me Donald Brill Jr. I'm going to take him.
Okay.
Brillo pad.
Should I
son.
put the junior in there just as like a
No.
respect thing?
I mean, you can. You don't have to.
Okay. All right. What do you got, Pac-Man? You like that?
Art Brown.
Art
Art
Brown. Hey, Art's like nobody. I couldn't pick Art Brown out of a crowd, but he is a staple in the seniors division nowadays.
He is. He's
Yeah.
solid. I mean, he's placed high every single one that we've seen him in.
Yeah, have you met him, Paxton, or seen him?
Yes, sir, I have. I've thrown against him a lot. Just practice based off juniors a lot.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Yeah,
I don't know
I've never
anything
met
about Art. I don't know anything about him. All right, juniors, 11 juniors in here. It's usually tough. We got Hefe. We got Isaac Hurt. The Hurts are going to be here this weekend. That's always fun. Riley, Sammy Vansicle. Oh
Wait,
my
the
God.
Hurts are going?
Yeah, give me Isaac. I can't not pick Isaac. It's just he's too good. He's too good. But I mean, you got Isaac, Sammy, Bryce, Hayden Fridley, Logan Collins. It's gonna be tough.
All right, Paxton. What do you got here?
I would take Sammy Vansicle.
Yeah. Sammy and Isaac have had some good matchups this year too. Good championship games in multiple different majors.
Yeah, they have.
It's EL or LE?
You got it. You got it.
I don't remember. Sometimes it messes me up sometimes. Yeah, I don't know here. This is very tough. I'd like to pick Bryce Jefferson, I believe, for this one. The matchups for these three that we look at, somebody's gonna get hurt early on, right? Because they're 1, 2, or not 1, 2, and 3. Isaac's not even in the top 5 for juniors right now.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah, Isaac just
seeding.
doesn't have any regional wins.
Yeah, the seeding could be a little weird is what I'm talking about for this because I believe Logan Collins is pretty hot.
Yeah, Logan Call. It's all going to depend on who falls on what side, and the advantage there could go to Bryce, right? Because he is out of these 3 people, he should be the highest.
Yeah. I'm taking Bryce. Yeah. Yep.
He could.
Because I didn't want him to play Isaac early.
Right, and he still could. Like, we haven't drawn out the bracket, so like this is just it should help him, but really with Isaac being who knows what he is, 24 or 36 or something random. It's not like he's like one space outside. He's just out there somewhere in the abyss, you know?
Yeah.
All right. Co-ed 25 teams here. You're first, Paxton. I'm excited to see what you're picking here. This is a tough one. This is a tough little co-ed field.
I don't know. I'm thinking about Mackenzie and McKenna, but Martina and Russell, they've been tough all year in the COVID division.
Yeah, that's 2 very good teams, and those are 2 teams I'm looking at too. I mean, Isaac and Elena too. Smiley, that's another good team.
I'm gonna take Mackenzie and McKenna.
I like it.
Okay. How should I do that on here?
What do you mean?
Because I don't want to have to spell something all crazy
Just
here.
put Cop and Cop. K-O-P-P.
I love it.
Make it simple for Bill. I also like this Daniel Wine Kennedy team is interesting.
I like that a little bit too.
Yeah.
I was just actually looking at
They throw different bags though. Like, I mean, Daniel Wine throws like a 5'8". Yeah. And true.
Either Kennedy's gonna have to throw a slicker bag and throw it higher, or he's gonna have to throw her bag on slick side.
I would never choose to have Kennedy throw a faster bag, to be honest. She throws so hard.
She throws so good with slower bags too. She does. She really does.
Yeah.
And I think a big thing for Kennedy is her comfortability. Like, if she's not comfortable, that's the only time she struggles. When she's comfortable, she's very good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dude, Stuart Graham and Kendall Cox.
Maybe.
That's pretty cool. Although I believe Stuart's a slick side guy, right?
Yeah, Kendall's like a slow bag.
Yeah. That's right. I gotta stay away from that. Let me see here.
You got the Wozniaks, Bill. The Wozes too. They make deep runs.
I don't think I'm gonna go for the Wazes. I really think I gotta, with how Russell threw last week and how Martina's thrown. I think I gotta take Martina and Russell.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick.
Yeah, I think that's solid.
I'm going to pick a team that I think is a little bit overlooked, but Charlie Vandersall is very, very good, and Josephina plays very good in co-ed. I don't care who she plays with. It seems like she gets the job done. She'll play with Pedro. She played with Tyler Amos last season. She'll play with Rudy Fernandez. She'll play with whoever, and always seems to make a run. So I really like that team.
Okay, I made a note to myself, not for this major. Dude, there's 106 in doubles pools.
Yeah, only 8 teams in
doubles main. Wow.
But the doubles main has the bangers.
Okay, yeah, I gotta look at the 8 first.
Are you not even gonna consider the Hertz? You have first pick
I didn't
here?
know. I just pulled it up right now. Now I see that. Oh man, you're just saying this because I know who you're gonna pick.
Well, I mean, I'm going one of 2 ways. I mean, it's either you pick Zach and Braden and I take the Hertz, or you pick the Hertz and I take Zach and Braden. Like, that's probably how this is gonna go, Bill.
Can we add our points and then divide it by 2?
No.
Okay. All right, just throwing that out there. You know, we can't get 10 if we do that. So
We can get 10.
not if we add our points and divide by 2, right?
No.
They both have to get first.
Yeah.
So that's not possible.
Unless they split the bracket, I don't think there's enough teams for that in doubles.
Shoot.
Mike Smith and Anthony Frederick, that's a sleeper team, to be honest.
Okay,
You're taking the Hertz.
I'm taking the Hertz.
All right.
Tried and true.
Yeah, give me Zach and Braden.
I mean, I don't know which one to pick.
Yeah, we haven't seen the Hertz throw since Dalton, and they took like a 17th. That's like the only thing that scares me.
It scares me too.
But they're also the Hertz. Like, I mean.
So while there was a better placement, we haven't seen Zach and Braden throw since how long?
Knoxville.
So it's been a while.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but we know that they're
I think
close to
they've
each
only
other.
played 5 majors this year together.
What's that?
I think they've only played at 5 majors this year together. I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, but those two, super solid.
Yeah, Amari and Wiley. John Scott says Amari and Wiley. Yeah, they can make a run. I don't hate it. What do you got here, Paxton? What are you picking?
I'm gonna take Craig and Russell.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, Jimmy picked them last week, and it didn't go too well for Jimmy. But, I mean, you never know. I mean, Russell's been throwing so good. They both made the top 8 last week in singles. Like, they've got to be due for something in doubles. Like, they haven't had the big finish this year in doubles yet. Just a matter of time.
Bryce,
hopefully it's on this one.
Bryce, if Zach here and Braden Easterling beat the Hertz and win the entire thing, I'm a fan, dude. I'm happy as hell. You know, like, I can't lose in this one because I'm either gaining points. I actually want them to win more than my pick. You know what I mean? But I know Dylan's got, like, this crazy top spot on the inside and stuff like that, so I let him get the pick. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Whatever you want. All right, Bill. I'm gonna go with a singles pick that's a little out on the limb here. I like the break that's been had. I think
No, you're not doing it.
Person might have been putting in the work.
He's not doing
I'm
it.
taking Caleb Hurt.
I knew it.
I'm taking Caleb. Give me Big Brother, man. Isaac's maxed out, and I think it could mean something. You know, I don't know, but
I like that pick a lot. I really do.
Oh,
I think your dog's at the door.
yeah, probably.
Lord.
Yeah, you got Isaac in here. You've got Braden. You've got Higgy. You've got Bryce. You've got Craig. You've got Russell. I mean, this is crazy. Sammy. I mean,
I'm mainly going between Isaac and Braden, but I'm leaning towards Braden right now.
I like the Braden pick.
I'm gonna take Braden.
There you go, Braden. Oh, Keegan Brown too, Bill. Keegan's one of my favorites.
Yeah, Keegan's been hitting some top spots lately too, since Clarksville anyway, right?
Yeah, he took second in Clarksville. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a stud, dude. Keegan's a beast. Super good dude too. Like I love me some Keegan Brown. It's just like it's hard to pick him with these names in the field. Like it's just, I don't know. I think it's gonna be 2 brackets too. I'm not sure if it's gonna be 2 or 4.
Oh, this is tough. This is so tough. I haven't seen Isaac play, although during power rankings 2 weeks ago. Might have disconnected here.
Well, we might have to get one more pick from him on the side.
Okay, I'm gonna take
We'll figure
Isaac.
that out. But he is first for passion, so this does make it kind of weird.
I am gonna take Isaac here. We did power rankings. Isaac Hurt was, one of my guys for that. Could show up and beat somebody today, so I gotta kind of stay true to that. Isaac's been playing great. Bryce was also on my list on that power rankings. Yeah. Isaac was higher than Bryce on there, even though Bryce beat Isaac last time they played, right?
His phone just shut down. Colby, if you're with him, just ask him what his passion pick is. He's got first pick, so I mean he can have whoever he wants. This is a tough field right here.
Yeah, it is super tough.
You got Beaver in here, Bill. Devin Workman. You've got
Beaver's in here?
Yeah. Chase Hollis. Sammy Vansicle. I mean, I know you're picking Sammy if he's available. Art Brown, of course. Art Brown's kind of hard for us to pick. We haven't met him. Who else is in here? Hoppy? You want to pick Hoppy?
Who's Cody playing doubles with?
I'm not sure.
Cody Brewer, who you playing doubles with?
Jaden Gamblin.
Is he playing with Davin?
I don't think so. Oh, I know my passion pick. I'm not telling you. I'm telling you.
Todd. I mean, I'm kind of surprised. I got Isaac for it.
I always pick Isaac for singles. I really do. Because I'm first pick for singles. I pick him like all the time, and I want Caleb to win. To be honest, if you want my honest opinion, I want Caleb to win.
I like that.
I miss seeing Caleb win. Caleb's a nice freaking guy. He's quiet. He looks like an athlete on the boards, right? He shows up with the arm sleeves. Dude. That's my pick.
Cody and Langworthy.
Yeah.
I like it.
Somebody tell me Paxton's... All right, Bill, I don't know if he's going to pick Sammy or not. We're going to need backup picks here.
Somebody tell us Paxton's pick.
Is he back in?
No, he ain't in. Do I got to create a new one? It says 2 participants.
No, I don't know what you got to do. I want Jordan Langworthy for passion pick, but you picked before me.
Paxton, join it. How does this phone just shut off?
What do you mean, can I read the chat? Yeah, we can read the chat.
Can you read the chat? Caleb is humble. That's what I see.
Paxton
picked Chase Hollis.
Oh, when you were asking me, you were saying that he was picking Chase Hollis, Colby. Thank you. I thought you were just highlighting who. Gotcha.
JBJ says Paxton picks Chase Hollis for the passion. That's a great pick.
Paxton, thank you for joining us, brother. Sorry we couldn't say goodbye. But we got almost as far as we needed to. Bill's taking Sammy Vansickle. I'm taking Jordan Langworthy. Those are some studs for Paxton, son.
I would like to know Paxton's
what if he bounced out
relationship with Chase Hollis, right? He doesn't have to explain it to us anymore. Paxton, if you don't know Chase Hollis, you better meet him this weekend and have some crazy story with him. That's all I'm saying.
Todd Choate says, word on the street, Big Brother's been practicing, talking about Caleb. Where did you hear this, Todd? I needed sources. I need 3 sources.
Yeah. We need 3 sources.
I mean, I'm happy about it. I hope it's true. But, like I said, I mean, Caleb, I wouldn't say he's been struggling, just not big finishes. And I think he's going to come in hot this weekend. I really do.
Yeah, I believe he had the only reason he was off the power rankings top 5 is because there was either 1 or 2
like
of
9,
the very
13th.
closest. Yeah, like 17th, I think, in a couple of them.
Yeah.
And, he got married. Has his place. He's, I mean, like, there's life is kind of happening a little bit. But I know if that dude practices for a month before a major, he's going to be exactly where he's supposed to be, which is on top. So he played in Fort Smith and talked to him. Okay. All right, cool.
Got it.
All right.
We're good. All right,
What did they
folks.
say?
We are going to go to Family Feud. We have multiple topics to talk about. You guys want to talk about them. We got our opinions on some of them. And we'll just kind of see how far we get. Probably like 30 minutes of talking. Don't you think?
30 or fewer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got bags to make too.
Yeah, we do have some bags to make.
All right, let's get over to Family Feud real quick, folks. These are locked in, good to go, never going to change. I don't care if somebody doesn't show up unless they are on my team. All right, going to Family Feud.
All right, Bill. Breaking ACO news. Duluth, Minnesota Major canceled. Is it Minnesota or Montana?
Duluth is Minnesota.
Okay, I was right.
Minnesota's going to hate you because of that.
Well, I just wanted to make sure because I knew it was an M and a something, right? But Duluth Major canceled without really a formal, announcement.
I think I saw an explanation on there.
Oh,
It said it had too few people.
Right, which I find to be a little crazy, right? I mean, what is too few? And we've never seen this before, right? In the time we've spent in the ACO, we have never seen a cancellation of a major for participation, right? We've seen them double book, we've seen venue issue, we've seen that stuff, but never before a explanation being too few participants in the pre-registration.
Okay, you want to hear my theory about it?
Yeah.
If it is too few participants, it's my theory, business perspective. Dylan's going to go emotional perspective because that's usually what he does. But the business perspective on something like this anyway, that was supposed to be pretty funny.
You're not funny. It's okay. Continue.
I bet to secure a venue, there was most likely a step-up basis depending on how many registrants you had. Step-up basis meaning the venue gets cheaper and cheaper as more and more people sign up. 50 to 100 to 150 to 200 to 200, all the way up. Probably something like that. That is my guess in something. And when it became too few, they may not have been able to afford the venue. Is Duluth a new place? Is it the first time? Okay, first time. And that could be why too.
Right.
Some of these venues that they go to and engage, well, they may. Okay, so the ACO most likely, this is what I would do if I was the ACO, pitches new venues, right? So they're literally always looking in different cities, like, hey, where's the best city that we can do this? They go and try to find a venue in that city. They probably work with the city center and things like that. And then when they talk to these venues, they're like, hey, these are my numbers in these other places, right? We can bring people here. We can spend money. What kind of deal can you give me if I pack this venue? Right? Okay. And then the deal gets smaller. Yeah, better and better for the ACO, we'll say, depending on the amount of people that show up, right? So staples like Owensboro is probably a great deal. Knoxville is probably a great deal. Places like that, which is why it's a staple for Worlds and literally for everything, almost every year. Duluth, Minnesota being a new place, they may not have believed him. It may be too big of a venue. We don't know. We don't know anything about that. But that is my guess, is that it was most likely a venue issue with pricing, and you don't have enough people, there's no point. Because they'll probably spend, this is one of those risk versus reward things for a business, right? You're already guaranteeing $5,000 for winners and things like that. And when you go there, and let's say, I don't know how many people were signed up, let's just say maybe Europe numbers, maybe less than that, maybe a little bit more than that. They may not have made that step up.
See, but, and that's what I'm saying.
Complete speculation.
What is the threshold, right? Because I feel like when you do something
different for every venue.
Yeah, and I feel like maybe if you know that it's going to be close, there needs to be like a public service announcement, right? Hey, numbers are low for Duluth, like a month ago, right? We're not seeing enough people here. If we don't have X amount of registrants by this date, we will have to cancel the event.
Okay, so I like that, but you have to look, you personally and me, and this is more information that we don't have access to whatsoever. But if you were to look at how far in advance people usually sign up for these tournaments, and then what shows up when they're there, right? Because you're saying a month in advance you should do this. Maybe it's completely normal for almost nobody to be signed up a month in advance. So you really don't know until you get to that last few points.
I mean, and I agree with that. I don't know what that looks like.
We go to, our local tournament once in a while. I'll look online. There'll be 10 signed up, and that night we have 56 people.
Yeah.
Other times we have 10 signed up, and we have 16 people. You cannot say, a month in advance if nobody signed, because that's just... I agree with your PSA, though, a public service announcement saying, hey, if we don't get at least this many people signed up, we will not be going.
Right.
But again, that also kind of lifts the curtain for a different company. And those are numbers that they probably don't want to share. And I don't blame them for not sharing that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you don't say we need this amount. You just say, hey, we need more players for this event. Like, let's start promoting it. I don't know anything about Duluth. Was there anything that was marketed, like come to Duluth Major because of this, and this in the area, right? I mean, maybe there needs to be more, especially these first-time cities, more promotion put into it, right? If we're worried about something like this.
Well, I agree about the promotion thing wholeheartedly, especially about majors in brand new locations that you're trying to grow, right? There's probably, again, a schedule with what they do to promote majors, probably 2 weeks in advance for that major coming up, and you stop promote. Like, they probably have this ladder schedule, right, where you promote the closest or the nearest ones. Yeah. So Duluth may not have been, and that's a great idea, is to kind of maybe adjust that strategy towards, like, we've never been here before. We know what kind of pressure we're under to make this thing happen.
Right. Because my issue with it now, and what somebody said is people were out money and like airfare and stuff. And I get it. You should insure your airfare, right? Insure your hotel stays, stuff like that. Pay the $24 or whatever it's going to cost on a $500 ticket to know you can cancel that and get a refund, right? I mean, that, first of all, that's what I would do. Second of all, my second issue with it is, and this is to help those people out that don't do that, is this has never happened before. Right, like ripping a major off of the schedule has never happened. So as the player, you don't expect this to happen, right? And so I think that's unfair to the player when there's almost been an unsaid precedent that no matter the amount of people that are going to show up, we're going to run this tournament, which is what it seemed like. That's not something that's in the rules, right, or stated on the schedule, but in the past, it's been a staple that, hey, if this tournament is on schedule, it's going to happen.
One thing I want to say about that, right? And I like everything you said to follow up, but I know there is a way to buy insurance for a plane ticket to be able to get your money back. Now, if you can't go on that plane and you bought a ticket and you do not have insurance, I don't believe, and I'll have to look this up, but I don't believe in 100% of the cases that money is just gone to the wind and that seat goes empty to the place. If it's within a certain amount of time. Now, that money may be put into account for future use with that specific airline, but I don't believe you're just torching $500, $1,000, whatever it may be to get to that location. So
I agree
I
with
don't
that.
want to put any misinformation out there
Right.
about like, oh yeah, these guys are just out a ton of, because they still have a credit with an airline, which they have to use within a certain amount of time and things like that. But I believe that money's not just torched.
I agree with you, and I think I guess the thing that maybe like there's certain things that you have to plan for when you're going to go to a major. Days off of work, your hotels.
Right. Yeah, there's a
There's
bunch of
certain,
stuff.
you maybe skipped a family event and then you plan to do this. You know what I mean? Like I said, my issue with it is just the no notification. Right? This has never happened before, and now it's happening. That's my main issue with it. It is just, where's the communication piece of, hey guys, if you're signed up for this, like, I think if there was low numbers, the ACO should be helping these folks out. Messaging let's say it's 24 people and going, hey, here's a free singles ticket at your next major, right? I'm sorry about this. We're going to have to cancel this major because of X, Y, Z. But here's this.
Okay. So if you cancel one and then, if it's canceled.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, you got it. Number one, you got to do the right thing. That may be an okay deal with it, right? Because you got to do the right thing. People
take care of the people that are going.
Maybe deposits, maybe hotels, maybe plane tickets, which hopefully none of this money is lost whatsoever. Hopefully it just gets credited into an account. I believe hotels 24 hours in advance and you get refunds. You don't have to pay for any sort of refund protection on anything like that. So it's most likely the airfare. The days off work, that's another thing too. Hopefully it's out far enough. When is the Duluth Major?
I think it's next week.
So they could probably pick their spots back up.
Probably.
But those are concerns, right? Those are concerns with a lot of people and trying to coordinate something big like that. So I think the goal should be communication. When you, maybe this is unpopular, but when you sign up for a venue, and I'm just making this is pure speculation. This is a business mind thinking about how a deal got put together to be able to run this major, right? Is a step up basis with the amount of people. And if the numbers stop this from happening, we've seen them do majors in newer locations with very few people.
Yes.
So I don't know how low it has to be just to say it was that, but I do know if there is a monetary value attached to how many players you have on what you pay for a venue, that could also affect it. And I would agree with them canceling if they never met that step up, which means if it's a major in a brand new location, promoting it more, number one, or saying, hey, if we don't get a minimum of this many people by this date, we're going to have to cancel. And that may be another thing. Yeah, there's got to be something
to play the other side too. If, like, me saying all this stuff about this has never happened before, I will put out there that this means that there was a very good reason for the ACO to cancel the major.
100%.
Let me just say that this had to have been in the best interest of the players and the ACO. And if somebody's going to say it's to line the pockets, there's a lot of majors where money is lost if you look at least the payout section in it. So
100%.
I don't think that's ever one. I don't think it's a huge determining factor in canceling this tournament is we're not making enough money as the ACO. I guarantee this was in the best interest of the players. I really do. I'm fairly confident that just because of how rare it is to happen.
It could be a bad negotiation with a venue too. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff that could be in this. These guys work deals all the time. A lot of them go through, which is awesome. Some of them don't go through. This is one that happened not to. All of this conversation is speculation. This is the third or fourth time that I mentioned that, especially what I'm thinking. But if I had to put money on it, what I say is what I believe probably happened. And I don't fault somebody for saying, the venue got wild because we couldn't bring in enough people.
Right.
And then a brand new place. Start smaller. Find a different venue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And maybe they do that next year. I don't know.
No.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Duluth is complete.
I'm good with that. Yeah.
Okay.
Would you like to talk about switching bags in the middle of a match, or would you like to talk about forfeiting matches at regionals?
Oh man, do we do a poll? It's
can do a
too
poll.
good. I know what I want to do, but I like
Okay.
I like a poll better on this one, folks. Yikes.
Yeah, so talking about, I mean, there was a post made earlier today about if you should be allowed to switch bags in the middle of a match or not. The resounding right there. Answer was no, you should not be allowed, which is what the current rules in the ACO are. They are that you cannot switch bags in the middle of a round unless you are able to, or unless you bust a bag, I believe, in the middle.
What was
Switch
the
bag.
second one?
Regional forfeits. The second one, the regional forfeits, if you guys,
I spelled
that's not, yeah, no E. No, go back. FEIT. Yep.
Man, I'm terrible.
Not a good speller. It's all right.
Okay. How do I do this again?
I think you're good. You just got to go turn it on. I don't even know if you have it on this screen, to be honest.
Did we not put it on the screen? That's freaking terrible of us. I know it's on here somewhere. Center court.
Go all the way up. Yeah, no.
Window capture? No.
No, it wouldn't be that.
Okay, let me watch this. We don't have to do it. I mean, I'd like to do it this way, but
Yeah, I don't think we weren't prepared to just throw this in here though.
it's not a big deal.
Let's see if you can make this happen real quick. Well,
Dang it, no poll, folks. I suck. It's not something I'm going to be able to fix right away on this one.
well, okay. So I don't know what number 2 is, Ed. Except one
Probably
one for-
regional points. I
One for
believe
the
is number two.
bags, 2 for the regional forfeits, and you guys just type in the chat. 1 if you want to talk about switching bags in the game. Type a 2 if you want to talk about regional forfeits, and we'll just go based off of that. We'll take like the first 5 because there's only 20 of you in here. You think you're gonna figure this out right now?
I believe you think I am.
There it is. 1 or 2.
One or two. I'm
Tanya
going to take a
said-
leak real quick, and then we're going to tear it up. We're going to do this quick. Either one, we're going to do quick.
Tanya said, I think it would be nice for the ACO to give an explanation as a courtesy. I think so too,
They
Tanya. Oh, did they? It was posted or on the taco or what?
Maybe I read it, or maybe it wasn't the ACO, but I believe it was due to player attendance.
Yeah, I heard that from somebody third hand that it was because of player attendance, but I did not see a post from the ACO. And in the past, they don't typically address controversial topics, to be honest with you. They really don't. And I don't fault them for it. They're a business, and I don't think you want to put yourself in a situation where you maybe say the wrong thing, trying to like off the cuff explain yourself. If you guys remember the Alaska Regional Gate last season, like that was a serious issue, and we kind of never got an answer on the punishment for the players that were found somewhat guilty of running faulty regionals and receiving faulty regional points. Kind of something similar to what we're about to talk about, apparently. And like I said, I just don't know if you, as a business, want to put that stuff out there. I know that we made a tough choice on a decision that we made early in this season to suspend a player. We didn't, and that's suspend them from their sponsorship benefits. That was something that me, Derek, and Bill talked about in length before making a public service announcement about that suspension. But at the end of the day, it's up to the business if they want to make an announcement about their, what we would call their dirty laundry, right? Like I said, if the ACO doesn't want to discuss it and doesn't want to put out an explanation, they don't have to. They're privately owned business. I understand not doing it. But like on the other hand,
I understand not doing it too.
on the other hand, Bill and I, like I said, that we had a conversation when we suspended a player from their sponsorship benefits due to a behavioral issue, right? And that was a choice. It was a long conversation. We had
Didn't
to
want
have
to name
about
I don't think
making that.
I honestly don't think it hurts business. Well, yeah, no, I don't know. It's their choice to do something like that, to make an announcement on what it is. Maybe we did hear from a player, and again, I cannot state enough that this is speculation.
Yes.
Right? Everything we talked about up till this point right now is speculation.
100%.
No idea. No idea what happened. No idea if it was from a player. I thought the ACO did say that. Maybe they didn't. Maybe it was a player that said something like that.
Yeah.
No idea. If the player did, we took it to its logical end on why it would be if there was low showing. If it's something else, then it's something else.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they double booked the venue. It could have been something as simple.
That has happened before.
If they did double book the venue, though, you would expect a statement.
Right.
You would expect a statement because that doesn't hurt your business. That doesn't hurt any. You know what I mean? If it is low attendance or something like that, that is potentially like, hey, that kind of hurts us a little bit. So we're not going to make a statement about it. We're just going to cancel it.
Right.
So again, logically, I think the player attendance is probably the number one.
Right.
The number.
And Grable says if you don't, that's when the rumors start, and that's true, Grable. You open yourself up for speculation when you don't. You don't say anything, and sometimes you're gonna have to be okay with that. I think. I mean, we don't tell everybody everything that happens in the CBC shop with the business. I mean, we're pretty transparent. We're one of the only bag companies that kind of lets people know when the fill changes. Although we know that almost every bag company goes through the exact same thing, but they kind of decide to not let people know, right, that there's been a change in the fill, shape. Or
geometry. We're calling it geometry now. The fill geometry changes all the time, folks. All the time.
We got different stuff right now. We love it though. We
like this stuff.
But we have different stuff right now. We're telling people like you just told Derek Vincent. We told somebody else. Like, hey, this new stuff. It's a little different. But I mean, I think it's good.
I hope people reach out after they buy them too. If they have other sets of Ronins, if they have other sets of anything, send me a message. Tell me what you think about the new fill. If it's a little too full, if it's not too full, stuff like that, send me a message. I'd like to know. Mark Smothers, what up, big dog?
Okay, so they chose to talk about the regional forfeiting stuff, Bill. That's what the people chose to talk about. So I'll kind of lay out to you guys what happens and what this debacle is about. Rudy Fernandez had to be, I know he doesn't mind me saying anything about it, considering he made it a public post on Facebook, right? So it's fair game.
Okay.
Rudy made a long post about it, talking about people who are maxed out in regional points, which means they have 8 wins, and then they show up to tournaments. They'll play up into the championship match, or they'll hold the king's seat, and then whoever makes it up to them, usually that player in the king's seat who is maxed out, will then forfeit that match and give this player the win because they usually need the points to earn a higher ranking, and then they will trade that out for the first place payout. This is not what we're always seeing, but I would say, 90% of the time in these situations that we're talking about,
at the
this
end
is
of
how
a
it
season,
occurs.
At the end of a season.
Well, even earlier nowadays, but yes.
I think we would deem now as... It's tough. I would say, I would deem them bubble boys. They're on the bubble.
Yes.
Right? They're on the bubble. They're fighting for that.
96.
It may not even be that in some cases. Some people just may not be maxed out, not have time in the next month to be able to show up to tournaments. But I would say more often than not, it would be bubble boys. Somebody that you're right, is the top 96 or numbered pro. And, this is one of the last regionals you can go to, or, you traveled 2 hours for this one and you made it to the king seat. Not even the king seat, you just made it to the championship, right? And you want the win for it, and the other person is maxed out, right? Because the other person just wins all the time. I have heard not only are they saying, hey, you can have first place money, please give me the win, all you're here for is the money anyway. Not only have I heard that, I have also heard people adding a little bit of money to that to take that win.
Yeah.
So
we heard that last season for sure. Like I said, this is another thing, folks, it's all speculation. What I've explained to you, I've seen firsthand, right? I mean, I talked about this a few weeks ago where me and Trey Madding teamed up to play doubles, and we held the king seat, and the team that came up to us asked us for the points, Yeah. And and I told them, just beat me, and this was a person I know well, a person that I still am a friend of and will always be and still respect, just because you ask me to do something that I don't morally believe in does not mean I don't respect you. I don't respect that action, right? And I have a feeling towards the action. It has nothing to reflect, in my opinion, on you as a person. I love you as a child of God, right? That's my opinion on that. But I will never give you free points, whether I'm maxed out or not. And folks, I'm not even close to max out.
No, neither of us are, and we're
Right.
not in that situation. We don't play 3 times a week. We don't do anything like that. Alan has a great question here. He says, so my question is, if you're maxed out, why even go play?
Yep, this is a huge question that is always asked.
There's 2 reasons. There's 3 reasons, in my opinion, that you would still go play. Number 1, you protect your spot. You're not giving wins, and that's probably not the strongest argument. That's probably the weakest argument out of it all, with how many tournaments go on a week. Although you protect your spot, you're not making it easy for anybody whatsoever. Number 2, you keep your skill. You want to play against the best. You want to play against the best. You have a club that you show up to. You are considered the best at that specific club, and you show up and you play it. You want to hone your craft. You want to keep up with your skill. Number 3, there's money involved. And I would say number 3 is probably the strongest argument. Maybe number 2. Those 2 are probably tied for the strongest argument, right? Because you get money on one of them, and the other one, you are playing top competition and you are beating top competition. You are learning things from these players, not learning things on how to adjust your shot. You've probably already honed that in, but you are learning how to play against other top players. Hey, this guy is slide airmail a lot. How should I play against this person specifically? Because I know they're very good. They used to beat me for years, you know, and now you are learning how to play against that specific player. I would say that those 3 things make it worth it, especially number 2 and number 3.
Yeah, I mean, the 4th one is pride as a player, as a competitor of a sport that you care about, right? I don't think, and Gray Bill said, we've had this comment before, if they're maxed out, don't want to play. I mean, that's complete bogus as a direct, in my opinion.
If they're maxed out,
yes.
Don't let them play. You got to let them play. You got to let them
Yeah,
play.
Gray Bill, we got to let anybody that purchases a membership should be allowed to play at any tournament they want to.
Sponsored by the ACO.
Right. Yes, exactly. There is something about this that ruins the integrity of the sport when the forfeit is given, or if you do not let people maxed out play, because now you've watered down what it means to win a regional, right? So if the top players stop showing up, and we've had this conversation many, many times, right? When the top players stop showing up in an area, it waters down the pro points standings, because now people are winning in this area that would not typically win if the players that are the best in that area continue to show up after being maxed out.
I don't even want to start. I know what you're saying, and you framed it okay, but I think there's a better way to frame it.
Go ahead.
And it's not just like not allowing the top players to show up at a play. I don't think that's the appropriate thing. There are so many clubs out there right now that look for players. Hey, if y'all don't sign up by 2 p.m., we're going to cancel today's regional. I've seen that a million times on Facebook. I've seen that not a million. I'm exaggerating, and I like to exaggerate in certain cases like this. But people say those, hey, if everybody doesn't sign up, I'm going to have to cancel this one. Hey, if you don't come out here, I'm going to have to cancel. We've dealt with that here. Our sinking and drinking has been a little bit low, things like that. But let's say that you do show up, right? Let's say that you do show up and that's never been said about that specific club, and you are one of the best going to that club, and you can win those, and you are maxed out. If you have to listen to people mumble under their breath or talk crap about you, or see other people talking, hey, why does this guy even show up? He's maxed. Why is he even here? This is bullshit. This guy, I hear these things from other players saying that. Does that not disincentivize that person from coming? Does that not just say, dude, why am I going to show? These guys just talk crap about me the entire time. I'm showing up to freaking play some damn cornhole. I'm sorry if I win and I'm maxed, but you know what I mean? They're supporting a club doing this and showing up, and then people are going to be like, well, that person shouldn't be here. There are many clubs that are in a situation that don't have enough people to even do this stuff, and every person is great to be there. That's my take on saying, hey, you're not allowed to show up anymore. Because I think that to me, that would be like, well, I'm never going to play in that club again. Screw those guys.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, and that's the whole point, is we're trying to bring more people to the ACO, and this is deterring some of your top players, and a lot of these players are bringing in the new people. You know, your top players, like, oh, wow, my buddy Scotty Ball is an ACO pro. Scotty Ball has had at least 2 or 3 players, that Langston family and stuff, that started playing cornhole because of him.
And they show up to these locations, and he brings friends and stuff like that.
And imagine you show up, right? Let's say I'm Scotty Ball's new friend. I've never seen him play in a regional. He gets to the championship game. You come up to play him, and now I watch my friend Scotty Ball give you the win, and then take some money home. I mean, what would I think about the sport of cornhole and the ACO now as a new player? This is all a sham, right? These guys are giving each other wins. Where's the competition at? What kind of sport is this?
You cannot make pro by maxing 8 regionals. We know that. Everybody knows you cannot just do that. You have to go to majors to be able to do it. I believe we calculated it 2 years in a row, and it was pretty much if you max your regionals and you placed around top 13th, right around there in singles at 4 different majors, you would be bubble boy or so close that you could make it or maybe not make it. Like, it would be that close. If you had 1 9th place and the rest 13th, you're making it. And that's like, we get that, but it's still,
Bill, because this is what Bob said. If you didn't have payouts in regionals, once they get to 8, they wouldn't play. I understand what you're saying, and I do think that some people wouldn't, but I do believe, Bob, there are some people that purely play for the competition and love of the sport. I really believe that, especially at the top level. When you talk about the payouts, most of these people, because what we're talking about right now is it's unfair to the players that aren't maxed out yet, that a player that's maxed out gets to show up and win, and I'm not getting my chance, right? Like, that's kind of the argument here, is it's unfair. Well, what's unfair is a player being a pro and maxing out and putting in hours and hours of unseen effort on the most part, and now they're being turned away from a tournament and being shamed and then being kind of peer pressured into giving wins away. Like, that's what I think is unfair. That the people that are the best in the sport are being treated poorly because they are good, because they put in the extra effort, because they have the extra skill that somebody else doesn't have. Level up. I mean, beat the people. You know, I mean, that's it.
I like that. It's like saying, get good, kid. You know, I mean, that's what they say in like video games and stuff like that. Get good, kid. And that's kind of what you're saying, right? Is it boils down to something like that. And I think there's more to it than that. Especially, dude, shaming a player for being good and showing up, I don't think is any way number one to grow the sport, grow your club specifically, even if you weren't playing ACO. I think that is just crazy. Now, if this player, let's say this player travels a couple hours on a weeknight to go play at a tournament, which happens literally all the time, and people mumble under their breath, why doesn't this guy just stay? I can't believe he drove this far. I can't believe he did this. I can't believe he did that. And that person happens to win. Again, that's nuts. If you're sitting there and you think, well, if I just played at this club, or if I was just in an easier location, I could max out. If you just thought, this person's traveling 2 hours to play at that location. You know what I mean? Maybe you go travel 2 hours to play at a different one.
Oh, I agree.
And it's like, you want to play in an easier location, what you think anyway could be an easier location, you go travel.
Right.
Because that person is, and that person wants to play the best, and that's probably why they're traveling to your location.
Yeah, or they want to protect points, and if you want to call that a bully maneuver, you can. But there's people that have fought very hard to get where they've gotten, and their spots have been taken away by people who've been given points, right? And that's where you see some of these people sometimes transform into what we'll call the regional monster that's hiding under everybody's bed, apparently, that comes out and takes your precious points away from you. Just go earn them, right? Like, this is my thing.
Anybody who had an issue also with majors that are smaller, with things that are like that, I mean, this goes along the same lines of something like that. Go to them. You know what I mean? Get the points some way or another. And that's what it is.
DJ says if player forfeits, they forfeit prize money. It stays with the director. No more buying points. I don't.
You don't know. You can never prove that they forfeit unless they just literally sit there and say, "Hey, yeah, I'm just going to take this money and roll out," which probably happens most of the time. Okay, if the director wants to keep the money, they don't have to do it that way. They can say, "Oh no, we'll play."
Right, and then they'll play, or you know what I mean. They
Well, they probably won't play their hardest.
Yeah, or what if second place decides to forfeit as well, right? Then you give third place the win. I mean, you know what I mean? Because then they go trade out in the parking lot. So my solution for this bill that I thought of the other day and talked about a little bit on Facebook was that there is a limit to how many forfeits you can have in a season. And after that, there are repercussions, i.e., maybe banned from regionals for a month or in a said venue or something like that, right?
And you're gonna allow, or you're gonna say that tournament directors are gonna be able to enter these forfeits in.
Well, yes, because what's happening is they have to put a 1-0 or a 21-0. So the COs know who's doing the forfeits, right? And if the ACO made a rule, it gives power to the CO to do this without them ruining a relationship. Because that's also an issue with it, right? Is the COs have usually personal relationships with the players that are doing this. They don't want to be unfriendly, right? Or cause a commotion. So they decide to allow this to happen, right? If you have this rule in place by the ACO that, hey, you get 3 forfeits a season, 3 in regionals, 3 in majors, right? Like if people don't want to play tier 2 pool play or whatever, that's a forfeit. And you can rack them up. It's like, hey, you can choose to forfeit this game. I will have to mark it down.
I don't like it.
Why not?
Because it's easily navigated around. Easily.
How do
you play the game and throw the game.
Right, sure. And I think
it's so easy to do that.
You have to make people do that.
Be like, hey, we got to go do this, and you just throw them on the floor. And you can't, as the director, say that, oh, this guy forfeit.
Well, and I think you make them do it. But it's not happening that way. Like, you and I both know it's not happening that way. Nobody's going out there and actually throwing the bags on the ground. And if that is happening, then if it was my venue and I'm the CO, I would ensure that I live stream the championship games, which would also help deter people from playing in the manner you're talking about.
Live stream would help a little
just because of public shame. You can't require a live stream, but if you're having this issue at your venue, this is a way to help this out.
And so if they really played the game out, right, if they really played it out, and you can't tell that they did, and I can't tell that they did, because somebody who was supposed to win a match and did not win that match, and you live streamed it, and we sit there like, how did this person beat that person? And you go watch it, then all the Facebook comments come out, which you and I are against too. Oh, this person threw the game. Oh, this person bought it. But you can't tell the difference. And then it also brings that negative connotation kind of around it. You know what I mean? You're thinking you're doing it a service, but if that person actually loses on that one, then it's like, here come the Facebook posts about this person losing to that person. They threw it. They gave the win. They bought, and now it's documented to where people have an argument, even though that person just probably had a bad day. I don't know. There are a lot of comments here. Let's get through some of these. Those are my thoughts on what you said. Though I don't know. I like where your head's at, and I think we could take that a little bit farther and kind of figure out a good way to do it, especially with the live streaming thing. I think that's good. But DJ says Scotty Ball is not.
I don't know what. That's all about money. People showing up for the money.
I don't turn away as. Okay, all right. Don't know what that is. Caitlin Buchanan. Let's look. I'm new to all this. Or I'm new to this still, but if people are win trading, can the director or whoever not be able to deduct points from that player? No, can't happen. It's not a rule in the ACO. That's what we're kind of talking about, is how do we make this a little bit better? But no, they can't do that yet. Stacy, it's strategy. I see nothing wrong with people playing to keep others from getting points. 100%. I think they do it to keep their skills at the top level. When they practice all week and they go to a tournament or something like that, I honestly think that they're showing off their practice, and I think it's great that they do it.
Yeah.
They'll just throw the game anyway. I agree. What if you forfeit due to?
He's joking around.
Gray Bill, you almost got me.
That's JBJ.
Or excuse me, JBJ.
Yeah, I want to read Bryce's question.
Okay.
How about when I forfeit wins to people that have helped me in the past and helped me in the game, and I'm paying back what I think is even, and they deserve it because they helped me, so I'm helping them. Bryce, nobody deserves a win because they helped you in the past, and you help them more by having them earn it. That's my opinion on that. You don't owe anybody anything because they helped you in the game, and especially not regional points.
So Bryce, I'd like to answer that. Let me. What's the worst thing ever? What's the worst thing in history?
Somewhere between Holocaust and abortion.
Somewhere between Okay, so
I don't know. I'm just thinking about things that are terrible.
Things. I mean, like
that. I think are terrible.
So we'll just take the most terrible thing you could possibly do. It's taking the other side of the coin of your argument here, right? The most terrible thing somebody could possibly do, since they did it, it's okay for me to do it now.
Right.
You know, and that's the logical end to that argument, which is why it doesn't work. Just because somebody did one thing does not mean two wrongs don't make a right. You know what I mean? Like that's what somebody would say for that. I guess that's what that proverb is or whatever. But it does not make it right if you do something because somebody else did it.
Yeah,
not at all.
Rudy's asking, what if COs are wrapped up in this mess? Oh, it's happening, Rudy. Like I said, if you can prove it, then this you should turn it into the ACO. You should email the ACO with your proof or your speculation and allow them to investigate it, and then you're gonna have to leave it up to the ACO to make a decision from there, right? I mean, Bill and I will tell you, if a CO is caught receiving points or giving points away, I believe it's an integrity violation of the sport, and they should be removed from their CO position. Yeah. That would be my course of action as I think about it right now, right? I mean, I don't know what that looks like exactly. DJ saying COs are not at fault if there is not a rule against it, and that is true, and that's why I'm trying to work my way. Like, I do agree why you're saying, because it's like the COs have a duty to uphold integrity of the sport, right? That's where your head's at. Because I agree. I do think that there is some sort of... Is there a fault in the regulation, DJ? No. No, you're not committing a rule violation. But ethically, for the sport of cornhole, if you're allowing this to happen as a CO, you are, in my opinion, violating the integrity of what it means to be a cornhole player and the integrity of the sport of cornhole. That's my opinion. If you allow this to happen, if you're a player who stands by and gives up the points, or if you're a player taking the points, or if you're a tournament CO director allowing this to happen, you are violating the integrity of the sport.
I would say, this is what I would say, DJ. Since a CEO is empowered with certain powers to be able to run tournaments, enter points, and have backdoor communication with the ACO, correct? I would say it would be your duty to discuss that with, if you literally saw it that night, it would be your duty to contact the ACO and say, hey, I'm inputting all the scores of the tournament that I just ran, paid for it, everything. Just want to let you know this happened. You guys make the decision, bye. And hang up the phone. That way it takes all of the onus off of you to be able to do something, although you should have made that call. And that's where, if there's not a rule against it, why are we even talking about it? Because everybody knows that it's wrong. Now, I don't believe you can come up with a rule for everything, right? People have been doing this since the beginning of time, which is like, well, how can I exploit that system? Yeah. Right? And then people do that. And it's like, okay, they made a new rule that stops that exploit. How can I exploit it now? You know, and we talk about a lot of these exploits that are on here. This is an exploit. That's what it is. They don't have rules for everything. Could they make a rule for this one? Sure, they could. It would be very, very simple for them to do that. But how can people exploit that later? The exploit would be, well, let's play the game out and I'll throw the game. Right. That's another one. And you can take this to the end. You cannot make a rule for everything, which is why I believe the onus would be on that CEO to say, hey, I entered the scores of this tournament. I entered exactly how it went, although at the very end, this game was never played, right? And they just passed money off, and then they left. I think that would probably be okay.
And to the COs that are in the chat, there's probably more than DJ and probably more that will watch. If this is occurring in your venues, and I know that you're having a tough moral battle to stop this, because these players are your friends, and you're also a CO trying to uphold your duty. You're in a very tough position, and I've said this time and time again. You guys should get together and ask the ACO, what can I do? Because that, I don't think that conversation has happened, right? Like, you guys as COs need to have a legit, lengthy conversation with the ACO. Like Bryce says, this has been happening for 3 years now, and it has not stopped.
You're 100%.
And he's right, yes. The conversation needs to be had with the ACO. We want this to stop as COs. No CO wants to deal with this in their venue. I mean, the ones that are taking points, like I said, they should be removed as COs or suspended in my opinion. But the ones that you guys really want to stop it, have the conversation with the ACO. What rule can we make? Help me help out your point system that's being exploited, like Bill says, to the best of my ability. All I'm asking for is a little bit of help. Because right now, the onus to stop this is on the player. And that's it.
That or the CO by letting the ACO know what happened.
Right.
DJ's right. COs are not at fault. I believe you're not at fault. I agree you're not at fault for this. That does not mean that you have to be silent when you submit a tournament. It doesn't mean that whatsoever. You could say, hey, this is happening. Just want to let you know I didn't see a rule against it, or I'm supposed to stop it or whatnot. So here you go. These are the results, although this did happen. And then the ACO finally has a little bit of visibility on it. Maybe how many COs deal with this specific issue, and then maybe they come up with a way to move forward because of that.
Yeah.
When Bryce says been happening for 3 years, so now I think you read this here anyway.
Yeah. He said
at the very
stop trying
end,
and show up
stop
to the
trying
regional and win.
and show up to the regional and win. I agree with showing up to the regional and just win something. You know what I mean? I mean, win it. I agree with that 100%. That's what you should be doing.
If you're a pro and you don't want to go through this, then unfortunately, I think you should stay home. If you are having a battle internally with giving points away or not, and if you show up, you're going to give them away, I think you shouldn't show up. Right? I mean, I would rather you not show up than go there and forfeit. That's my opinion. Again, I would rather you go there and win rather than forfeit.
If you can win,
if you're gonna show up and forfeit, I don't care if it's for the cash, I don't care if it's for the pride, I don't care if it's to help your friend out. Stay home if you're gonna give the points away. Like that's my stay home.
I wouldn't give them away if I showed up.
Right, and neither would I. And I've done this as a player. Like I told Bryce the other day in a chat that if I was good enough, I would go to tournaments on purpose that are doing this, and I would beat those players every single time. I'd take every single day out of my week if I had the time, and I'd become the best player I could to try to stop this. I'll win 47 regionals. I don't care, because it's crap to me. It's crap if you're a player doing this. And most of the players that have done this, after they do it, have an issue internally afterwards. Somebody in the chat has done it once and said they felt terrible. Somebody else in the past told me they did it. That person made pro by 1 point. The person they gave the point to made pro by 1 point. The person who gave the point away felt sick, because then there's number 81, right? There's the one person that didn't make it because you gave it away to somebody that didn't actually earn it. And that's the problem with the whole thing, is you aren't seeing those trickle-down effects.
Again, we saw the Europe Major. Not a lot of people showed up. People were mad that it was a points-giving tournament. People were mad for a lot of things, which we discussed numerous times on our podcast. I think we discussed it in length and detail, and I think it was awesome. If you are mad because of that major and you are giving up points, stop. Don't even talk to me. That is insane. If you can be mad at that because that one affects you, but when it affects somebody else and you're giving up points, that doesn't matter. That's okay. No big deal on that one, but that one pisses me off. That's crazy to me.
Where do I make a comment at, Bill? I don't even know how to comment on this thing. Stacey, I'm gonna type in the chat. Where's the chat box, Bill? Are we not allowed to type? Okay. This is the email, co@AmericanCornhole.com. That's who you can talk to in the ACO. You ask me who you can talk to in the ACO. Email, and this goes for anybody, right? If you have an issue, because this is the person who overlooks all the certified officials and all the tournaments, they have a hand in entering the points. So anybody in here is free to email that email with their concerns. If you have proof, if you have locations and feel confident providing that, do so.
Like I said, if I'm a CO and I see it happen, I'm entering the tournament as it happened, and I'm saying, hey, this person forfeit at the end, but still got first place pay. And that's all I'm saying. I'm sending those emails to the ACO. What they do with those, we'll figure out some other time. But if a few people message us and say, oh, I did it, and nothing comes of that, that's when we can really talk about this.
Yeah, like I said, we talk about this a ton, and it seems like, I think Nate said, stop beating the dead horse on this. And the thing is, when you decide to just be silent, the thing can get worse, right? When you decide to not take any action against what you know is already wrong, there are implications to that as well, to just continue to allow something that's wrong to happen over and over and over again. So
wait, who said stop being a dead horse?
Nate Allen. I mean, I think that he's just saying we've talked, but I mean, I think
we've talked.
We brought new points to the table today, I believe, right? Talking about implementing. I think the biggest thing here that the ACO can do, if they listen to this or if anybody speaks to them, and maybe it'll be me, I don't know, maybe I'll send an email, is implementing a rule to help give the COs power to stop the forfeiting. I think the forfeiting is the only thing that you can technically stop right now. You can't stop the players from throwing the bags on the ground if they want to, right? And if that happens, that might have to happen, right, for a little while. But what you can stop or limit, I believe, is the forfeits, where there is a way for a player to get some sort of tally system of how many times you forfeited. There's X amount that you're allowed in some sort of time frame.
Tally system is important.
Right.
Not in a time frame. It should be per season.
Right, that's what I mean. That's what I mean, yes.
Tally system is important. This is the last point that I want to talk about. We've been going on for a while.
Yeah.
Last point that I want to talk about. If you want to go with the tally system, if you want to go something with that, I think it's very important to do that because literally every rule can be exploited some way or another. And when you say, oh, this person forfeit, well, then maybe they play the game out and he loses anyway. He tries to do that. Maybe they say or they report back this person forfeit, but they had work the next day and this tournament ran late. Then what do? Maybe this person... So there are so many cases that you can exploit just a one overall rule to where some sort of tally system is probably the appropriate action to do that, regardless of the excuse that person makes on why the forfeit happened.
Right. If you work early in the morning and you know you can't finish out regionals, prepare yourself to receive some forfeited tallies, right? And that's just something you'll have to deal with in your life. It goes for everybody, not just somebody.
That's why it can't be generous.
Not just somebody who's giving them away to help a friend or because they want the money or whatever the reasons are. It could also go for people that really don't want to do that, but they're forced into a position to leave. The forfeits would count for those people as well.
The ones that should be scrutinized the most is when there's a forfeit by a maxed out player. Those are the ones that, when I say scrutinize, these are the ones that need to be looked at. Now, if there's people, it's their first regional of the season, somebody had to go to work, and they forfeit, they give that excuse and they forfeit, I wouldn't scrutinize that as much as I would as this person is maxed out, been maxed out for 3 months, shows up, and then forfeit because, I don't know, they had something to do the next day.
I think you have to hold the standard across the board.
I understand that. But on the back end, the ACO has these numbers. And the ACO can look at these things, and the scrutiny should always fall on somebody that's sitting there like, well, this person already is all done with it. This person isn't. Which ones do I need to look in more closely? Let's just say they get, 100 complaints. Well, the ones that you're going to look in closely are the ones that seem a little bit nefarious, not the ones that seem like nobody benefited from it. Exactly. Nobody benefited from it. So that's where
we'll get to the sign out page.
Okay.
TJ says I think there's too many ways to get around it and won't ever stop. TJ, I don't believe that, and we won't stand for there's no way to stop it, because I don't believe that. I really don't. I do think that people will go to lengths to continue to cheat, but that does not mean that it cannot be mitigated. And all we're asking for is some mitigation here, right? I mean, that's where we want to be going.
We'll end on one note here, and then we'll say goodbye. TJ, last year, there was some cheating. We brought up the cheating.
Real deal.
Changes that happened this year? People have to take pictures of the venue that they show up to, that they get secured for regionals. There are many more hoops to get through anyway, for people to secure a venue, become a CO, and actually have a regional or any sort of tournament at that place. I'm not going to say it was because of us, because we mentioned these things and we discussed them, but I believe that they did kind of close some of those loopholes for cheating anyway. So it can get better and better and better. Does it ever stop? I don't know. We can make it so hard that it'd have to be wild for somebody to do to be able to cheat. So I'm gonna leave you at that. Did happen last year, changed this year entirely for people.
Yeah. To anybody saying they're going to limiting the regionals, yes, it's a great way to mitigate it. It's never going to happen. The ACO is making a decent amount of revenue off the amount of regionals there are. There's other reasons to have multiple regionals. I would never.
That's a different topic.
Yeah, I'm saying that I don't think it's a course of action that's ever going to occur, right? I think it's something that we can kind of leave at the doorstep because I don't think that's a course of action.
Yeah.
That
I don't want to show up because I don't want to have to not show up because my regionals are limited.
Right. Yeah.
I want to play all the time.
All right, folks. Hey, we appreciate you guys tonight. Thank you for everything. Good luck this weekend if you're playing in Toledo or in Upland, California. Folks in Upland, sorry we didn't do picks. We're busy, as you can tell. We'll get to you. We appreciate you. Good luck this weekend, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. This is CBC, Faith, Family, Four Baggers.
Out.